It is Thursday, May 12th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back with our best bets in today's action in baseball. We got our favorite run line. We got a player prop. We got a no-run first inning coming your guys' way.
You guys already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button if you already aren't subbed. So close to 33K. What are we, Austin? Like 100-ish away? Something like that. 100. Yeah, less than 100 away. So come on, guys. Bring us back to the finish line. And we're going to do a giveaway parlay at 33K. So you definitely want to be subbed for that. Also, drop a like on this video. It helps more people see it.
100%. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. We really would appreciate it. And let's do a quick recap from yesterday. A weird day, lo and behold. We had Cardinals -1.5. No sweat bet. They get it done. Cardinals are Diamondbacks versus Marlins. NRFI. Yeah, the NRFI all three games of the series. Very surprising, but a couple home runs. Not much you can do about that. I was telling Logan I'd rather end on a home run than someone walking a runner in. So then Trout to record a hit. A weird one. I am going to put a petition. No more hitting props for me. Every book grades it differently. DraftKings, if the player is not in like a same game parlay and it's just a straight leg, they can put it as a loss or as a void. Caesars does the same thing where we did it. Now FanDuel grades it as a, if he gets up and pinch hits. As we know, Trout did not play yesterday until he pinch hit in like the 10th inning or something, or 9th inning or something. I'm just not going to do any more hitter props. Every book grades them differently. It just makes no sense. And so no more hitter props unless we're taking an under. And I bet you if we take an under, they probably won't grade it correctly. But either way, we're going to get into it. Shout out to all our new all-stars out there. Thank you guys all for supporting the channel. You guys are the real MVPs. You're the reason we do it out here. So if you want to support us, click that join button on the channel or click the link in the description. We really can't do it without you guys. The link in the description works a little, sometimes doesn't work. So click the join button if you can find that. It's just a little button next to that subscribe button. Our newest all-stars. We got Harsha and we got Marcus. You guys, the real MVPs. Thank you guys all for hitting that subscribe button. Last but not least, we had a special guest on our podcast that we posted yesterday, Guy Boston Sports. Go check it out. But without further ado, Logan, it is time. We're going to get into it, and I want you to give the people a winner. That's what we demand.
Yeah, yesterday Cardinals was a no sweat bet. I'd love for us to get a similar result today, but we're going to the Dodgers versus Phillies series. It's going to be a great series. I'm taking the Dodgers run line -1.5 at +140 odds on DraftKings. That's currently the best value for it. And look, as Austin is pulling up our sponsor odds jam. I mean, +140 on a run line. This is the territory I'm okay with taking the Dodgers run line. You guys might always wonder, Logan, I seem to stay away from the Dodgers. Yeah, it's for good reason. I will never lay Dodgers -140 run line, but I will lay a Dodgers +140 run line for the value. Look, Dodgers, we all know it's all well documented what they did against the Pirates and how many people they wronged and hurt in that series. The Dodgers are 6-2 straight up and also 6-2 against the spread after a loss this year. That's a 75% hit rate, and it's the second best after a loss against the spread in the MLB. So they are a great bounce back team. Also, the Dodgers are playing at home where I'm comfortable taking them. 10-2 against the spread. That's first in the MLB at home. So Dodgers, we already know they're a well documented home team, and they face Wheeler today. Now Wheeler, 0 runs in his last 2 starts. That might scare you a little bit, but his road ERA is 21. Yes, he one start versus Miami. He gave up 7 earned runs. He was putting runners on base, hits, runs, however you wanted it. He hosted batting practice against Miami. Do we see a similar result a little bit on the road Wheeler? Maybe he's trending towards being a shaky road pitcher this year. But I pulled the Dodgers hitting stats versus Wheeler career-wise. Freddie Freeman really likes facing Wheeler. Batting .438 career-wise, and he has a ton of plate appearances versus Wheeler because they used to play each other all the time. Bellinger, .364 versus Wheeler. Lux, 4 for 6. That's 800. So Justin Turner, 500. Trey Turner, 286. Max Muncy, 286 versus Wheeler. Those are all very, very great hitting splits versus Wheeler. Now, some of them, yeah, they might have only faced him 2 games in his career. But Freeman and Bellinger and all of them, they have faced him, a significant number of plate appearances. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the offense. They're the Dodgers, 4th best in runs per game. This is a good offense on paper. They don't always perform up to it, though. So I'm challenging them today, at home, and I feel good about that. Tyler Anderson is scheduled to pitch for the Dodgers, 2.78 ERA on the year. So there's nothing really, much to say about him. He's got an under 3 ERA. I hope he doesn't collapse on us. Now, Segura, Bats 546 versus Tyler Anderson. So we need to get out Gene Segura. That's no doubt about that. But Harper only 2 for 6 versus Anderson. We can live with that. If you can get out Harper and you can get out Segura, I'd rather make make the players like Rhys Hoskins duplicate what he did versus Seattle, which Philadelphia played well versus Seattle in their most recent series. I don't think it's sustainable though, because you're getting like grand slams, with your runs, out of Rhys Hoskins. So if they're getting production out of the Rhys Hoskins, the Alec Boehms of the world, I'm fine with going down like that. Just need to get Segura and Harper out. Now, the ultimate reason why I am comfortable laying the Dodgers run line once again, Dodgers fifth best in bullpen ERA. The Philadelphia Phillies 23rd, in bullpen ERA. The Phillies bullpen comes in, and I'm telling you, it's not a good position to be in if you're backing Phillies in any way, because they're not good on the season. So there might be some run opportunities late. Maybe that's where the cover run comes. I'm comfortable laying Dodgers in game 1 of this series. But Austin, you got a player prop for us today, and it's not a hitter prop, so that's good. It's not going to void. What do you got for us?
You are correct. I do not have a hitter prop. I refuse to do those ever again. Today we have an interesting one though. It's not a prop I've done a ton this year. I'm pulling it up on OddsJam as we speak. Maybe I'm taking it because of this guy's name. Today I'm going Beau Brieske. I'm taking his under 5.5 hits allowed, -135 on Caesars. Now he does the starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers today. But on my current roll, everyone I picked a player prop, they keep getting ruled out. So Beau Brieske, I'm sorry in advance. Get to the stadium safely, hopefully. Now, when I pull it up on OddsJam, you can see we only have a couple different books with lines. Now we have Brieske with -35 on Caesars, -145 on DraftKings, and I believe FanDuel, if I'm not mistaken, releases the line a little bit later on in the day, so definitely check it out. Now, if the line goes to 4.5, I don't know. I'd still consider the under if it's plus value, but let's talk about it and you guys make your decision. Now, 3 starts this year. Beau Brieske, 3, 3, and 5 hits allowed, going under in all 3. Now, you guys know, I think 5.5 is a high number, unless we're talking about like Sensatella, who just hosts, he just gives up singles like it's going out of style. But I think 5.5 is pretty average, pretty high for an average pitcher. And I think Brieske's a little bit above average. Now we look at those starts, 3, 3, and 5 hits. He went up against the Astros, the Dodgers, and the Rockies. Now I put in parentheses how they are in hits in terms of the MLB average. Now, the Astros, not a very good hitting offense so far this season, 27th in hits. They did get Dodgers 12th, and then the Rockies 3rd in hits. Both those two above average offenses. Today, he's not getting that. He's getting Athletics, who are currently 29th in hits, a.k.a. second to last. They enter with a .204 batting average. Not too good. That's 29th in the MLB. And then just .268 on base percentage, 30th in the MLB. This is a team that's not getting a lot of people on base, not getting a lot of hits up. Now, we think about Brieske. He's not a guy that, we've seen some pitchers go into the 100 pitch category, like 100 pitches. It's not really what Brieske's thing. He's a younger pitcher. No reason to kind of use up his arm early on in his career. He's gone 73, 90, and 87 pitches. He's pitched 5 innings pitched, I believe, in all 3 of his starts. So even though when he got to 5, they kind of took him out. Plus, we think about the Tigers, a very good bullpen, very underrated bullpen, very low bullpen ERA. They're not afraid to go to that bullpen. It is a weird series we're in. They're in a 5-game series. I don't know how many we see of that, but either way, Brieske has walked 2 or more batters in all 3 of his starts, which you might say, awesome, we don't love him walking them, but honestly, we'd rather him walk a guy than give up a free single or a free hit. That's, I think, Brieske's kind of motto. If he's down 3-0 in a count, no reason to try to force the pitch if you don't have to. So I think he's okay walking a couple guys. And we look at against Oakland, 19 of the last 25 starting pitchers versus Oakland have gone under 5.5 hits allowed. Now, the most recent 2 that have gone over it, 2 of the 6 in the last 25, both those guys went 6.2 and 7 innings pitched. I believe they were Shane Bieber and Michael Pineda. Now, both those guys, in my opinion, I do not think we see Beau Brieske see that many batters. They're seeing north of 25 plate appearances for the batters. Not going to see that. Beau has averaged 3.97 pitches per plate appearance, kind of putting him at that 20 to 23-ish batters that he's going to see today. That is exactly what he saw. In his first 3 starts, he had 20, 20, and 23 batters faced. I think that's kind of what we're going to see. There's several different routes for a guy to go under a 5.5 hits line. He could, 1, come in and just absolutely just start walking the first 4 guys. Boom, he's out of there. He's not going to be starting any longer than that. Or 2, he just gives up a couple hits, or maybe he pitches a gem. Either way, Beau Brieske, I'm counting on you today. Now, under 5.5 hits allowed, I really like the prop. I know a couple different books don't have it, but definitely wait. We're going to try to – I want to do strikeout props for you guys, but Alas, I do not get strikeout props this early in the morning. As you can see, we are in the new house, though. So shout out to the new house for holding it down. But Logan, you know what time it is. It is the reason people come. People flock to the Calling Our Shot channel. It's NRFI Nation time. No better time. And the flags have been a half staff the past couple days. We've been flying down here. That's not what we want. We do not want that. The past couple days have been brutal to watch. Couple solo home runs, or not solo, but a couple 2-run home runs are not going to do the trick. Today, we're going to one in the Rangers versus Royals. No run first inning, -110 on DraftKings. Now, I do want to make a note, people. NRFIs are a little bit hard to hit. They can be they're a lucky bet in some stance. We like to do them for fun. So if you're putting your next paycheck on a NRFI, I'd probably reconsider your betting strategy. But in this one, we do like, and there's a couple reasons why. Now, they did NRFI yesterday. And we might be banking on bad offense, not great pitching today, because Taylor Hearn is on the mound for the Rangers. And if my life's on the line, this is not really a guy I want to trust for the NRFI. But I do want to put this out there. Kansas City Royals, who he's pitching up against, 30th in hits and runs. Is that bad? Well, it is the worst in the MLB. So they are not getting a lot of people on base. They don't strike out a lot of just ground balls. And so we look at Kansas City, 28th in first inning runs. So right down towards the bottom of the pack. You might see your Hearn with this 6.53 ERA. You're like, nope, we're not taking it. But Hearn has NRFI'd, or at least his side of the inning, in 3 of his last 4 starts. He had one terrible start against the Mariners when he gave up 5 runs. And look, that's kind of juiced up his ERA. I don't think he's that bad. Now, he might walk a batter or 2, but I trust in Hearn. This is my pick. I trust in him. What about the other side of the mound, Logan? Let's get this one.
Yeah, well, first of all, this is not going to be a no-sweat NRFI. There will be runners on base, and we will have to sweat. So I'm preparing everybody for that. But it's scheduled to be Heasley in his first start of the year, right? So he has not started yet in 2022. What can you expect from a pitcher making their first start? Well, you can either, one, expect them to have no control and them to just be walking some batters, easy base runners, or you can expect, hey, the hitters haven't seen him. Maybe he's absolutely dealing, or, soft contact, something like that. Those are in the realm of possibility. Yes, we're taking a shot in the dark, but Texas offense is only 23rd in first inning runs. It's not like Austin just mentioned, the Royals offense. They're not a good offense. Neither is Texas. Like you've got some 2 back of the pack offenses. Now, the odds makers have set the over under to about 8.5. But you know what? That sort of range is where you find the value no run first innings. You don't go finding them in the 6.5, 7 range, because those are always -140, -150. As Austin mentioned, this is a lucky bet. You have to have a lot of breaks go your way. And at -110, being the even odds, the coin flip odds, that's where I'm comfortable laying. Now, if this is one you just can't bring yourself to do, I did also consider the Twins versus Astros one, the one with Luis Garcia and Winder pitching. Now, I don't know that that's even going to be a scheduled matchup, because the pitching is undecided in that one. I think that might be the 3:45 Eastern time start. But that's also one we considered. The odds were decent on it. So if you're looking for another one, maybe look there. But Austin, I think we get back on track tonight. I think NRFI Nation gets a much needed victory after the home run derbies that broke out in the Marlins game. Where did that come from? I don't know.
I don't know, but we're still 21-12 on no run first innings. That's a ridiculous. It's over 60%. So we're going to keep getting after it. Hopefully we cash today. We wave the flags in chat. Those are our 3 plays. We're going with, I think I have the wrong recap for this one, but we're going Dodgers -1.5, Bo Brisky under 5.5 hits allowed, and then the Rangers Royals no run first inning -110 on DraftKings. Those are the 3 plays of the day. We appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. Our parlay is live on OddsJam. Go check that out. NBA video will be live later on today. Go check out the podcast we filmed yesterday. We appreciate you guys as always. Let's go bring out these brooms. We'll see you guys in the next one.